Hi.
Hi, I'm Jamie Horan.
Hi, Jamie. Sade Lewis. It's a pleasure to see you.
Thank you. Likewise.
Come on in.
Thank you.
House was built in 1906. We love it, but I tell you, it costs a lot to warm and cool the house.
I can imagine.
Please have a seat.
Thank you. How long have you lived in the home?
1998. When these houses were built, I guess sometime thereafter, all the houses had sheds put onto them. And in our shed, we call it the shed, has a half bath and it's a laundry facilities. And we know that when the heat's on, it's warm. When the heat goes off, that's it. It is absolutely freezing or hot back there. I actually love these doors. I think they're original to the house, if not maybe at least the second set for the house. My husband hates them because, one, they're drafty, and he doesn't think they're very utilitarian.
I'm on your side in that little dispute. I would say that these doors are, in fact, original to the house. And there are ways to weatherize these doors at the top and the bottom and the sides to air seal the door so that when you close it, the door is actually closed.
So I should throw this away then.
No. It's a good cat toy. Do you have a cat?
No, we don't have a cat, but you know, we thought it would help with some of the cold air that was coming in. I guess it didn't do much.
That's an air breach right there, and some of the heat loss that you're experiencing in your home is actually leaving through this point right here. Okay. And we'll see if we can verify that by getting an infrared image when we're under blower door conditions.
Sure. This is the shed that I'm telling you about earlier. It's pretty much wood inside and I guess tiling.
Well, it's asphalt shingles.
Asphalt shingles. During the summertime when we have the air conditioner on, it is freezing on the first floor, moderately comfortable on the second floor, and it is like a sauna on the third floor. It is just, I mean, you can stand near the vent and feel the cold air, but it's not doing anything to remediate the heat.
Yeah, it looks like a 2.5-ton 10-seer unit.
Is that sufficient for this house?
Well, the capacity is likely sufficient, but the heat load on the very top of the building is much greater than it is on lower floors. So there are other ways to mitigate that heat load we can talk about a little later. One of those ways is a reflective roof, which will help reduce the amount of heat load on the roof. Now you mentioned there's a half bath right in here?
Yeah, right here. It's a toilet basically.
Okay. We basically want to insulate it on every exterior surface and air seal it, and then possibly put a new window in or put a storm window on that window and really air seal and insulate the space so that it's much closer to the inside of the envelope than it is currently.
Outside,
Currently it's closer to the outside.
Okay,
so.
Sounds good.
This can actually be drilled and filled with densely blown cellulose, which will give you a good air break and a good thermal barrier.
Even, because is there anything between the wood and...
Yes, and the roof, and that space, slope, would be the same thing. We would drill and fill it. This
we use as an office/storage area.
Do we have an air conditioning feed into this room?
Where is it?
We've buried it.
Yes.
Somewhere.
It is back here.
There it is. There it is. Yeah, it's just supply. So you have this huge heat source from the roof and the walls and the windows, but there's no way to get the warm air out when this door is closed.
This room is the hottest room in the house.
Right.
And during the summertime, it is unbearable in here.
That's not uncommon for these rooms, but there are ways you can fix it.
Okay. We had a major leak into our bedroom, so they had to peel it back and go down like a layer or two. They redid it, and blacktopped it. This, as you can see, it's fairly new roof. Yeah. Prior to that, it was silver.
You've solved the leak problem, but you've exacerbated the heat load problem. Okay. So what we want to do is you might want to consider actually reflective roof coat for this roof.
We know the house is chilly in the wintertime, but you come in here like, wow, we pretty much live with the heater on when we're in here, because we spend, if we're not downstairs, we're up here. Well, me and my daughter, we're up here doing activities and stuff like that, and it's
uncomfortable. We want to insulate the walls. We want to weatherize the windows
Yes.
And then we want to drill and blow the floor at least back to this point. So you don't have so much of a heat sink.
Yeah.
So this part of the house, this was added on to the house.
Correct.
And this hole is created here is actually taking heat from the conditioned space directly to the outdoors through this opening. This is directly connected to the outside. And we would air seal all the plumbing penetrations and electrical penetrations. This opening to the outside, that would be all air sealed, thoroughly air sealed. As warm air is leaving your home at the top, cold air is coming in at the bottom. We want to sort of stop that. We want to interrupt that process. So this room is not terrible. It's about 7 pascals of pressure, positive pressure, so the windows are leaking a little bit.
Okay.
There's a cold spot here.
Okay. That dark shadow.
Right.
Oh, I see. Okay.
In the corner there.
Yeah.
This is much darker.
Yeah.
Than this. Doesn't appear to be any insulation in the wall.
Okay.
And we didn't expect any given the
age
house's
of the house.
age
Yeah.
and so forth.
So the cold spots are where the dark lines are, or where the,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. It's breathing somewhat.
Okay.
But I think we're going to find bigger issues.
I'm sure. Okay. I feel air. Oh wow, look at all those dark spots.
Yeah, so that is actually open. That wall space.
Over there? Yeah?
Yeah. So there's a lot of opportunity to actually add integrity to the thermal barriers here. There are a lot of, as we suspected, a lot of places where air is coming in that you really don't want air coming in.
Okay. As part of your report, would you rank in terms of recommendations what to do, or is that sort of, okay, good.
Absolutely. Air seal, insulate.
Okay. I have to say that, you know, my husband and I both know that this house, you know, it's an old house and it has a lot of air leakage. But I learned a lot more than I even planned to learn today. And I feel I could actually talk about this in some level, with some level of intelligence.